It's very live. Hello. ABC.
Live Oak Unitarian Universalist Church. I'm Reverend Joanna and my pronouns are she, her. Thank you for joining us. We who bring a teaching of hope, we who bring a saving message, who welcome all in our doors, Wiccans and Buddhists, atheists and Christians, straight, gay, lesbian and bisexual, cisgender, transgender, non-binary and intersex, all who are searching, seeking, looking for more meaning, more service, more love, all of us gathered here together. I'd like to invite you to put your smartphone on what I call the worship mode, which means that it's not going to make any sounds during the service, but you are absolutely free to post things on social media, maybe take some photos or something, maybe even invite someone to join you here next week. Would you please rise now, either in body or in spirit, and join us in singing Down to the River to Pray, and please remain standing for our chalice lighting.
Shall Our chalice today is being lit by Emily Presswood. This is a congregation bound not by creed, but by covenant. May those in agreement affirm our church covenant now. We affirm a caring community of and for all ages, seeking wisdom, doing service, and living with integrity. In our diversity, our covenant holds us in unity as we celebrate our shared spiritual journey. Good morning. My name is Diane, and my pronouns are she, her. One thing I particularly love about this church is how it continually evolves, and every single member or guest has an opportunity to help it evolve and move it forward, whether you've been here for days or for decades. I'd like to welcome any guests we have today. Thank you for taking a chance to walk through our doors and join us for worship. If this is your first time here, please stop by the visitors table so we can meet you and answer any questions you might have. This is a church that's buzzing 7 days a week. The definitive way to keep up with what's happening is through our weekly email newsletter. You can sign up for it at the visitor's desk, and also go to our website at liveoakuu.org and click on What's Happening. Live Oak has many ways for you to connect with our beloved community beyond Sunday. Opportunities are shared on our website or in the newsletter. One event happening this week is our weekly community sack lunch, which happens every Wednesday at noon in the fellowship hall. We come here this morning as a community of choice, as single drops of rain seeking something bigger and deeper than ourselves. We come together to honor many drops becoming one river that, in concert, wears away the hard edges of living with courage and determination. We are carried along by the mystery of water, its endless cycle through our planet and our blood. We are always carried by that mystery up from the dirt and down to the sea. Here in community, we know that we can help carry each other to meet where we are and to flow on from here. And so, let us worship together.
Each Sunday when we gather as a congregation, we bring our joys and sorrows with us into this room. And when we ask for remembrance or celebration or prayer or thoughts, we make of this sanctuary a sacred circle. And we have several joys and sorrows here today. And let's see. Betty Johnson shares, I've started my master's degree at UT in Human Dimensions of Organization. Here's to learning. Taffy shares that Sophie is still in the hospital. Please send her light and love. Let's see, and Curtis shares that this is the AIDS quilt concert. Oh, the AIDS quilt concert with the Austin Gay Men's Chorus and Conspirare, he knew, Symphonic. It's going to be at 6 p.m. First Baptist Church of Austin. He is singing. Is that today?
Yes.
Okay, you can see Curtis for more details. You can also look at the AIDS quilt as well. Well, they will be having a showing at that. And from Bill Walker. Bill Walker has a joy. He writes, this week, my wife Judy and I celebrated our 60th wedding anniversary. And the joy of having 4 children and their spouses, 12 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren, and number 4 is due in 2 weeks. What blessings. And I will share my joy for, in case you didn't get the kind of hint about the newsletter, Diane is our newsletter editor, and she always puts in, for those who don't read your email, you're missing out because she always at the very bottom has some sort of joke or cartoon. For all of the joys and sorrows, spoken and unspoken, we bear witness with our care and concern. And would you please join me in singing?
Please rise as you are willing and able for hymn 1007, There's a River Flowing in My Soul. Right. Today's reading is by Mona Michelle. Oh. I thought we were skipping
First, some special music.
Sorry. Okay, now today's reading is by Mona Michelle. Deep down, we know it's true. This isn't just about cell towers or vaccines or Epstein or Roundup or greedy corporations or bad science. We have pulled ourselves so far from the rhythms of the earth that we've forgotten we are the earth. But here's what I know. We're not helpless, not even close. The moment we remember that we're made out of sunlight and soil and sound and cycles, we start to turn the tide. We don't have to burn it all down to fight back. We start by coming home to our body, to the earth, to the ancient ways that never needed a charger or a software update. Start your mornings outside. Get your bare feet on the ground, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Let the sunlight hit your eyes before you even turn them on a screen. The morning light is medicine. It tells your body it's safe. It sets your hormones right. It feeds your mitochondria and clears your head. You want to know how we can get our lives back? Turn off your Wi-Fi at night. Unplug the smart junk. You don't need your fridge talking to the internet. You don't need Bluetooth in your pillow. You need quiet. You need dark. You need stillness when you sleep. That's when your body does its holy repair work. Let it. Give it a chance. Build your house like a sanctuary. Use wood and stone and natural fabrics and plants, beeswax candles. Wrap yourself in things that breathe, like wool, silk, linen, and hemp. Play music. Sing. Out of tune is fine. Hum. It resets your vagal nerve and calms you down. Dance barefoot on the kitchen floor, or better yet, in the grass. These are not silly things. They're how we recalibrate the field, your field, the collective field. Talk to your neighbors, teach your kids. Share what you know with gentleness, not fear. The fear is not ours. We lose sovereignty when we're divided and panicked. But when we speak with love and clarity and calm, it cuts through the fog like a tuning fork. Be that tuning fork. And don't forget to laugh and cry and pray and rest. And look around and be grateful for all the things you've taken for granted. Yeah, the game seems rigged, but we don't have to play. We make our own game now. One rooted in the earth's food, light, breath, rhythm, love, and truth. And the best part, it's already inside us. It's already all around us. Our Mother Earth is waiting with open arms, ready to support us, to provide for us. She's yearning to connect. She welcomes the prodigal son home. Let's walk it together, barefoot and fierce. Let's plant gardens and share the harvest. It's time for you and for me to remember our power. It's time for us to step into our roles as creators. It's time for us to turn on our light. As I learned by living in the South for a lot of years, when I flipped on the shed light, the roaches would scatter. Darkness has no safety in light. We came here for this time, beautiful souls.
We are interconnected with all that is, with all that is nature. We are a part of nature, not apart from nature. And we choose to be interconnected with one another. You know, we each, at the end of the day, are on our own individual spiritual journeys. But by coming together and creating community, we are making the choice to merge our individual journeys together and to share with one another. And we do. We share our joys and our sorrows. We show each other our vacation photos and photos of our kids and grandkids and great-grandkids. I want to see some of those photos. And pets, our fur babies, of course. We come together and we share our struggles. We share the different things that we are learning or questioning about. And all of these things, both our connection to the earth and our connection to one another, that is what is underneath the ritual that we will be doing here. It's called the water communion or the water ceremony, and it is done every year at the end of summer in UU congregations around the world. You will be invited to, even if you left your water at home or this is your first time here, you will be invited to participate as you see fit as well. We do this ritual with water, as opposed to some other element of the earth. And that's not accidental, that is intentional. As the creators of the first water communion, Carolyn McDade, who, by the way, you know how we sing Spirit of Life every week. She's the person who wrote that. Carolyn McDade and Lucille Shuck Longview did the first water ceremony. And talking about it afterwards, they said, water is more than simply a metaphor. It is elemental and primary, calling forth feelings of awe and reverence. Acknowledging that the ocean is considered by many to be the place from which all life on our planet came. It is the womb of life, and the amniotic waters surround each of us prenatally. We now realize that this service was for us a new story of creation. We chose water as our symbol of our empowerment. So with this, think of your own connections that you have to water. We literally need it in order to live. You may have heard we're made 90% water. No, I Googled it. We're about 60% water, but obviously we need it. But also there's something beyond that pragmatic reality about water. So many of us, anyone else feel drawn to water? When we go through something difficult, after my mom died, I wanted to go to the shore. I wanted to go to the ocean. Many of us will, schedule our whole vacations around going to the sea or to a river or to a lake. And this summer, for those of us in Central Texas, we can't avoid the other side of this, which is that water, nature, is wild and free and unpredictable and destructive. Water is life-giving, it is also life-taking. How much better a shape would our whole planet be if humanity had more awe, more respect for the natural world around us, rather than just taking it for granted or thinking that we can somehow bend it to our human will. It is wild. It is beyond our control. We can impact it, but we cannot control the outcome. What does water mean to you? I think that this whole thing of being closer connected to nature. You gardeners are probably closer to this than the rest of us because you, no pun intended, in touch with the earth. You are literally in touch with the earth, burying your hands in the dirt, making mud pies, as we used to tease my mom. You understand the unpredictability of it. Why is it that my tomatoes are not growing this year when they did last year? You are occasionally startled by it with the unexpected earthworm or snake or strange bug. Oh, maybe that's why I'm having trouble with my tomatoes this year. There's a saying, a little phrase that is often used right now on social media, and it is intended as an insult. Touch grass. What it is implying is that the other person, the person to whom this insult is leveled, is chronically online, that they are so wrapped up in the drama of social media or the 24/7 news, especially slanted news or podcast, that they are so enmeshed with that they have forgotten that there's a whole world outside. Touch grass. In other words, leave your screen for a few minutes, go out, touch the natural world, and be reminded that there's a whole reality that has nothing to do with the latest social media drama. I think it would be great advice, though, a daily practice for all of us. Touch grass. When was the last time that the bottom of your foot touched the earth, unmediated by a shoe or a sidewalk? For some, it may be this morning, and that's fabulous, especially kids. Kids, I find, are far more curious about the earth, far more wanting to get down there and see the miniature miracles, the everyday miracles that are always present. When was it that you last grounded yourself in the earth. The others who are really good at this, especially this whole idea of grounding yourself in the earth, centering yourself in the earth, are, of course, our pagans. Every pagan ritual that I have gone to, after we have, we've been doing some sort of thing of raising a cone of power or directing energy in some way, which, by the way, that's all that prayer is too, right? After we have done that, after we have released the directions and closed the circle, we literally reach down and touch the ground. We ground ourselves. There is this idea that we have been working with energy, and we now need to come back to a more stable, centered place. We are a part of nature, not apart from nature. The very molecules that make up our bodies, they're just ours on loan. And one day they will be returned to the earth from whence we came. If we are a part of nature, and we know that nature is wild and free, that means we are wild and free too. It's hard to remember sometimes, don't you think? We are so very domesticated. We do the things we are supposed to do, our laundry and go to school, and the things that responsible adults are expected to do, go to work, pay our bills. But we are also wild and free, and there are gifts when we remember this, when we remember that we too are animals, we are mammals. Today, you are going to, in just a few minutes, you're going to be invited to come forward, bringing your water with you, or again, we have a pitcher of water, so it can be your symbolic water. We have brought these waters from our different trips, or from our backyard faucets, or maybe it's something that just now we're remembering. Sometime this past year, when water in some way was significant to us. You'll be invited to share by pouring your water into this. And what this is symbolizing is the way that all of our individual journeys, we merge them into one. We share our journeys. We also, just as we go about our normal weeks, we share the wisdom, the lessons, the mistakes that we have learned on these journeys. And we also, in doing that, are creating a pool of wisdom that all of us have access to. We are not limited to only the lessons we have learned in our own personal experiences. We get to learn from each other too. Today, as you come forward to share your water, for those who are comfortable, or you don't have to be comfortable, for those who are willing to do so, I invite you to stop at the microphone as you come up. And right now, think of one word or one phrase that you will share, and it's this: what is a gift of our wild and free human nature that perhaps we all need to be reminded of? Perhaps it's strength, or passion, or courage, or peace. What is your one word that you can give as a gift to this congregation? And now, our water communion. The water communion is a Unitarian Universalist tradition in which we honor the journeys we have taken as families and as individuals during the past year. And by the way, this is also our homecoming, because so many of us do different things during the summer. Whether you have been a member of Live Oak since the beginning, or whether this is your very first Sunday here, welcome home. I'm going to ask you to come forward couple of rows at a time, nothing super organized. If you would like to say where your water comes from, feel free. But here is the important part. If you are willing, give us that one word or phrase about the gifts that come from our wild and free nature. Find your own word and share it and your water in this community of transformation. And I will begin our ceremony with water from last year's water communion. And so we have this continuity. I save a little of the water every year. And so in some ways, this water communion spans across the different years. And for those who don't know, after the service, sometime this next week, I will be boiling it to sterilize it. And so yes, can have our own holy water, and we use this in our baby dedications and in other, not to drink, it's okay, and in other ceremonies throughout the year. So this is from last year. And then he couldn't be with us today, but this is a ceremony important to our member Doug Martin. And he left this. He says, this water is Idabel, Oklahoma tap water. Idabel is where I was born and where my father and mother first met as children. It is also where my grandmother lived and where many of my immediate relatives were buried in or near Idabel. And I will share a little symbolic water. This is from a waterfall in Pennsylvania. And my word is protectiveness. And I invite you to come forward.
Nurturing.
Forward.
This is water from my backyard pool sanctuary, and my word is buoyancy.
Too hard to bring it on the plane, so this will be symbolic water from Matanuska Glacier in Alaska, and my word is wonder.
Unbroken.
This is rainwater, and my word is creativity.
Calm the mind.
This water was taken from the tap in my house this morning. We'd already gotten in the van, we started to drive and remembered about this and ran back home to get some water from the tap. So the word I give to myself and others today is grace.
Symbolic water from my childhood of 2 creek banks. The second one is about 5 miles from here. And my word is unity, because everything needs water.
This water was a gift from Dory from her backyard cistern in the parking lot when I remembered I forgot my water. Thank you, Dory. My word is enthusiasm.
This water is from one of my rain barrels collected in symbolic of my birthday, celebrated in San Francisco. So this is San Francisco, where the peninsula, where.
This brings to me water is laughter.
Hi. This water is from my cistern that I put in my own house that provides water for my garden.
This water is from Jackson Lake in Grand Teton National Park from our trip this summer.
And our word is creativity.
This water is Leander tap water because we didn't know we were doing this today. But
our word is whimsy.
My symbolic water is symbolic of all the times I've worked too hard and then had to rehydrate, and my word is resilience.
My water is symbolic of the pretend water in my Ocean Dramatic Play Center. I set up my class. We're learning about oceans the first month. My word is knowledge.
Symbolic of water in pools that I spent time with, various pools that I spent time with friends this summer, especially last Sunday at a circle supper, which was a pool party, which was really fun.
This water is from the hose next to my garden, and my word is growth.
This water is a little bit of the Pacific Ocean. I was recently in California visiting my Coven sisters and had a delightful time this time. And my word is balance.
This is water I blessed this morning, using my version of a ritual that is about 6,000 years old. My word is reciprocity.
Hello, this is moon water that I made at the last supermoon. Not the last one, the one before. And my word is love, always love.
Bringing symbolic water from Lake Travis. Word for the year, I think, is balance.
My water is from my kitchen faucet because I like to feed people, and my word is clarity.
I went to Cancun and brought back sand. I forgot the water. So this water is from my pool because that's also my vacation home. And our word is hope.
Our water is from Mojo, as we caffeinate from there often through the summer. And our word of our inspired word is, I thought it was going to say energy.
My water is symbolic from Manitou Springs, my favorite place in the whole world. I wish I could be there now. My word is hopeful.
My water represents the rainwater that we collect. And my word is generosity, especially with our hearts.
Our water is from last week's refreshing rain.
And our word is connectedness.
This water will symbolize the water from my kitchen faucet. I try to think of the water table when I use it, and my word is preservation.
I bring symbolic water from San Marcos River because I went to college at Texas State, and that's my happy place. And the word is connection.
My water is symbolic of water shipped to refugees around the world, and my word is resilience.
The salt in my water was distilled from seawater at Chalkabount Beach in Fishers Island, New York, which is where I spend most of my summer, and my word is rhythm.
My water is symbolic, and it's the water my husband drinks every morning in order to make sure that his radiation goes well, and it's healing is my word.
My water is from the Upper Peninsula, along Lake Michigan, along the Upper Peninsula. I offer to the church, as your treasurer, a transparent flow of cash.
My water is symbolic of travels past and future, and my word is curiosity.
Our water is symbolic from Ka Beach on the island of Kauai, one of the most blessed places we've ever been. My word is choice.
My word is compassion.
I also have symbolic water, and it's meant to be from the microburst storm that I got caught in a few weeks ago, sitting on Mopac. So my phrase, I guess, is just keep breathing.
My water is from our dehumidifier collected over several weeks. And my word is perseverance.
Our water is from our cowboy pool, and my grandma collected it. And our word is love, because we spend time out there floating together with my daughter and just relaxing, listening to music, and sharing our love.
My water is from my purse. It's my first day here. I had no idea this was happening, but for me it's a reminder from the universe, because I don't always have water, that I will always have what I need in the moment. And so my word is blessed.
Mine will be symbolic from Barton Springs, and I'm going to pick two words because I'm extra, and I'm going to pick queerness and pleasure.
Our water is from our fridge. I'm so grateful for clean and fresh water.
My word is awe.
My water is symbolic from Belgrade, Serbia, and my word is courage.
My water is symbolic of what happened to us on July 5th when our house flooded from the 22 inches of rain we got. And all is well, and my word is safety.
My word is resilience.
My water is going to be symbolic from our house because that's where my family is, and my word is family.
As we are blessed by one another and the sharing of our spiritual journeys in this community, so we bless this water as a symbol of our gathered community. May we use it in the year to come as a symbol of our continuing commitment to one another, to our covenant, and to the greater forces that sustain life. I invite you now to join me in a moment of reflection in word and in silence. Center yourself. You can touch the ground if you wish, or simply remove distractions from your lap. And if you're comfortable doing so, close your eyes so that you may go inward. You and I and all of us blew about with the winds of summer, following the sun in different ways of freedom and play, finding rest in the cool stillness of shadows, and moving to the slow, heat-struck rhythms which turned the long hours of summer light. Now it is a time for gathering in. We come together at this time and in this place on the bridge of autumn. Summer is fading backward into memory. Winter waits in cold brilliance. We meet with eagerness and delight, needing one another for sharing. We have joys and sorrows and hopes to share, questions, things we care about and want to help make better, things that we would like to understand, ideas waiting to be heard. Today, we are together in gladness, once more the special community that we call our church, a community of all ages that sings its songs, tells its thoughts, asks its questions, and searches together with courage and with love. And let's hold that for a moment together in sacred stillness. Amen, and blessed be.
We are the tradition of the Free Church. Our church and community outreach are supported not from an outside source, but from within. We invite you to make a financial contribution to help sustain this church's vital work, knowing that every gift, large and small, is appreciated and carefully used in service to our mission. The QR code and text information for donations is available in the back of the seat pocket. If you'd like to donate by credit card, Apple or Google Pay, someone from stewardship can assist you near the kitchen after service. As the ushers come forward to receive the offering, I invite you to say with me these words. We are building beloved community with our labor and our treasure. With gratitude, we receive the offering. May it help us perform our mission in the world. One of the other ways in pagan circles that we would often ground ourselves, and admittedly, my favorite, or one of my favorite parts, is with food, right? I got the pagans that are like, yes. At the end of all your ritual, I mean, you've burned a lot of energy raising those cones of power and whatnot, calling upon the ancestors, and so we then eat.
You too are invited today to do that with us. Today is our semi-annual event called Fed and Informed. It is a potluck. If you didn't bring anything, especially if this is your first time here, you are still absolutely invited. We will have plenty of food, I'm sure. And you will also get to hear about things that are happening over the next few months here at Live Oak. May you go forward knowing that you are lovable and loved, and may you spread that love out into the world.
Hi, I'm Chris Jarman, and I am your Director of Faith Development, and Reverend Joanna just did my job. So I usually tell you what's going to happen next. So yeah, come, join us for food. Just as we nourish our body and we nourish each other, let's also nourish the community in all the different ways that we can get involved in the next 4 months. We have a lot of things going on. Mainly, the big thing is we're changing the time of the worship. Yes, starting September 7th, and you're going to learn about why and what the reasoning behind that during our lunch. So we invite you to come and enjoy, nourish yourself, nourish each other, and let's nourish the community. Thank you.
I invite you to rise as you are willing and able for our closing hymn, number 1074, Turn the World Around, and remain standing for the extinguishing of our chalice.
Living in the fire, we look to the fire, turn the world around. Whoa! My fault. Sorry, let's go from we come from the mountain, living on the mountain, go back to the mountain, turn the world around. Whoa, so is life, ah, so is life. Whoa, so is life, ah, so is life. Do you know who I am? Know who you are. See we one another clearly. Do we know who we are? Do you know who I am? Do you know who you are? See we one another clearly. Do we know who we are? Whoa! So is life, Abatiwa. So is life. Whoa! So is life, Abatiwa. So is life. Water make the river, river wash the mountain. Fire make the sunlight, turn the world around. Heart is of the river, body is the mountain, spirit is the sunlight, turn the world around. We are of the Spirit, truly of the Spirit, only can the Spirit turn the world around. Oh, so is life, Abatiwa. Ha, so is life. Oh, so is life, Abatiwa. Ha, so is life. Oh, so is life, Abatiwa. Ha, so is life. Whoa, whoa. So is life, Abatiwa. Ha, so is life.
Let us say these words to each other. We extinguish the flame here that it might glow gently in our hearts. May it light your path as you leave this place. May it guide your way until we are together again. It's been a gift to be here together today. Thank you for today's home team who provided hospitality and worship and tech leadership. Christina, Judy, Donna, Nancy, Maurice, Chris, and Tina. Let's continue that hospitality by spending the next 5 minutes talking with someone we don't know. Members, be sure to introduce yourselves to any first-time visitors we have. They're the ones with the handwritten name tags. And show them where the visitors' table and the coffee are. And may we all know the blessings of fellowship.